Hey guys, hey. How are you? Hope everyone had a wonderful Wednesday. I had a busy Wednesday. So I actually didn't think I was going to go live today. Oh. I bumped my volume. I actually didn't think I was going to go live today. Ashley! Hi, Ashley! Hi! How are you? Scarmander, hi! Hi, Scarmander! Thank you. It was handmade for me. This is handmade for me. It's really nice. Yeah, I like this shirt a lot, but I don't wear it very often. Because I feel like it shows my midriff. Hey, it's Ashley with 2 E's, Scarmander. No, anyway, I like that Morbo Ashley, bruh emote. I didn't know Morbo had that emote. That is hilarious. Anyway, I was not going to go live today because it was such a busy day, but one of the things that I did today, I was out looking for a curio cabinet for sushi. I like caffeinated gum, and actually, I do like caffeinated gum. Anyway, the 1 in 16 kitty is like my favorite emote, period, of anybody's emotes, and it's mine. So, it's because it has my actual cat in it, Deimos. So I'm a little bit biased. Anyway, anyway, so I was out looking for a curio cabinet for Sushi Cannon, and for reasons, and I found one. Maybe we'll see if it works, but I also found like a metric buttload, and that is like a metric buttload. It's bigger than an imperial buttload, which is like measured in inches. These are measured in meters. So it was a lot of video games. So there was NES, there was PS2, there was Wii. There were games that I didn't even pick up because I was like, nah, I don't need that, or that's just a stupid game, or I don't even know what that is and it looks dumb, or whatever. So I mean, I didn't even pick up a single Super Nintendo game because I was like, this looks like garbage. I mean, this guy had everything. But yeah, I mean, this guy had Dreamcast and Gamecube, which like I never seen in the wild. And I picked up several of those. Well, I picked up 2 of those from each, but you know, 2 is more than 1, so it's several. And yeah, I'm just like looking at it all over there. There's Xbox 360, original Xbox, just a fat stack of NES, PS1, PS2, back there I have the Wii, the GameCube. I mean, just like so many games, so much stuff. So I think we can get to getting. Is there anything anybody like wants to see first, like out of that I mentioned, like anything anybody is interested in seeing first? I like long silence as I wait for you to catch up. Otherwise, I'll just do like NES first, but the game that I'm probably most excited about, I was probably most excited just to find Dreamcast games in the wild, to be honest. They're not like the most exciting Dreamcast games, but I was just most excited to find Dreamcast in the wild. That was really cool for me. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. So we can start with Dreamcast. We can show off what I found, the Dreamcast games that I found. Hold on. I'm going to be putting the headset on and off. Okay, I'll tell you. So, you've heard of, like, maybe Genesis, like Sega. You've hopefully heard of Sega. Which was, like, yeah. Okay, so Sega had, like, the Genesis. It actually had, what was it, the, I'm trying to think if it was, the name, like the Master System was the name of the Genesis, and in Europe there was an earlier Sega, an 8-bit Sega. Anyway, Sega originally had an earlier console to compete with the NES, and it totally failed. So they came out with the Genesis. And it stomped the NES. It was originally to compete with the NES. So, Nintendo came out with the Super Nintendo, which was better than the Super Nintendo, but like they fought pretty heavily in the 90s. And then, at least the early 90s. And then, it's called like the Bit Wars era of gaming. And like no one to this day, like no one can define what a bit is in gaming, but you know, people were fighting over bits. And so then like bits were so big that like Nintendo literally named a console Nintendo 64 because it had 64 bits, right? Like that's how big they were. And like other companies were doing the same thing. Yeah, and so, like, then after the, and, like, Sega was just, like, adding things on to the Genesis to, like, make it last longer, like the Sega CD and the Sega 32X, and it just really wasn't going very well for them, and then they came out with the Saturn to compete with the, N64, and there's, like, a whole story there with the Saturn and why it failed. And it just didn't do very well. And finally, the Dreamcast was their final console, and it was a very good console. The Dreamcast was a fantastic, phenomenal little console, way ahead of its time. But nobody had the trust in Sega that they used to, because of all the previous failed consoles. And so Sega just ran out of money. And they stopped supporting the Dreamcast. They stopped producing Dreamcast after about 18 months on the market. It was a very sad story because it was quite a good console. Actually, Dreamcast games started appearing on Nintendo systems and even on, like, I believe, PlayStation and Xbox. It was a very sad time for Sega. And they've never really recovered. They're third party now, and it's a very, like, Sega's just not. It's not what it's not what it was. But the Dreamcast is probably one of the best consoles ever made. It definitely was. It's definitely a nostalgic console for a lot of people, but it didn't have the financial backing and the consumer confidence. So anyway, I have I actually knew a couple people that had them. But I was a nerd, and I was really into video games. I remember one of my friends got one for Hanukkah, and I was, like, super excited. They came out on 9/9/99 here in the U.S. So it was Dreamcast Day. It was 9/9/99. So this is one of the games I have is Ready to Rumble Boxing. Yeah, right? I remember I saved up so much money for my N64. I loved my N64. And then the next console I got was many years later. It was a Gamecube. And I didn't get my Gamecube until I was 14. And I got it for Christmas. So anyway, I got Ready to Rumble Boxing. And then this is Quake 3 Arena. And I don't know if this, I don't know, I've heard of Ready to Rumble Boxing. Ready to Rumble Boxing was like on everything back in the day. But I don't know anything about Quake 3 Arena. Hopefully it's good. I mean, Quake is good, right? So this has to be good. So anyway, these are both probably pretty solid pickups. The Dreamcast has a small library, but it's a good library for the most part. There's not too many stinkers on the Dreamcast library. And then the other one that I have two for, I believe, is the GameCube, which the GameCube also was kind of a financial failure, mostly because here's the story for the GameCube is Nintendo. It's the same generation, console generation as the Dreamcast. And it only didn't finish last in that generation because the Dreamcast failed. And but it was the most technologically powerful. This was back when Nintendo did technologically powerful. But I will show you why it failed. So, GameCube games I picked up. I don't think either of these games are necessarily any good. Spider-Man probably is okay. Looney Tunes Back in Action, I think I've heard might be okay. But not great. But the GameCube failed because they refused to use regular-sized DVDs. Which PlayStation 2 was doing at the time. And PlayStation 2 was a DVD player. Like, it literally played DVDs. They were using these little tiny discs. Which... WTF. So, the PlayStation is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. Simply because it was a functional DVD player. PlayStation 2. It's a functional DVD player. I mean, you can't beat that. Which I have several PlayStation 2 games right here. Speak of the Devil. And I would say these are all pretty solid pickups too. We have Devil May Cry 3. And the original Devil May Cry. Which I feel like this is a series that, like, is underappreciated today. But yeah, Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry. Somebody else had grabbed Devil May Cry 2. So, Sag. And these are all, like, every one of them so far, like, has all the manual, and, like, that's something you don't see anymore, is a game manual. And, like, these are thick game manuals. And, like, they're hefty. And then this is Dragon Ball Z Super. Or Super Dragon Ball Z, whatever. And Dot Hack GU Volume 2 Reminiscence. I picked this up because I heard somewhere that the Dot Hack games are, like, maybe, like, good / valuable. I don't know. But I remember hearing somewhere that these are, like, good games to collect. And Dragon Ball games are usually pretty solid buys. Yeah. So, I think there's you can't go wrong with the Dragon Ball game. Okay, so we have from this generation, it's Generation 6. We looked at PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and GameCube, but we also have Xbox. Xbox was the new player of that generation. And Xbox, but by the way, PlayStation 2 is the number one best-selling console of all time to this day, I want to say. But Xbox was the new entry into the market at the time. And yes. The thing about Xbox is I don't know if this is true now, but I think it was true like a year or two ago at least. So Xbox hit the market in the year 2000. You know, it's Microsoft, Bill Gates. So it's got the funding of billionaires, and it has never been, at least up until 2021, which I can remember, has never been profitable. The Xbox division of Microsoft has never been profitable, aside from, I believe, the month that Halo 3 launched. And that's it. It's never turned a profit. It's just like a pet project of Bill Gates. Like, Bill Gates just really wants us to be like his thing. That was true like 2 years ago. I don't know if it's still true, but like for like 2 decades at least, it never turned a profit except for 1 month. Anyway. Cool fact. So I don't know anything about Xbox. Okay, this is the crazy thing. I don't own an original Xbox. Crystal, hey! Hey, Crystal, how are you? Okay, so I don't own an original Xbox. I do own an Xbox 360. I have never owned an original Xbox. But these are like games 6 through 10. Now, I now have 10 original Xbox games. Yeah. Yeah, then I'm not surprised. They're just like, it's just an unprofitable division of Microsoft, and they stay afloat through Windows, you know. It's just a pet project of Bill's, you know, whatever. So I don't know anything about most of these, but this looked like it might be interesting. Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf. This is like a pure Xbox looking game. Like, this looks like it's pure, like, what Xbox used to be when I was a kid. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this looks exactly like what I picture being an Xbox game. Like, just a generic Xbox game. And I don't know. I picked it up. And if it's trying to cheer, hello, this song is a banger. I agree. Oh, you're fine. And then the original Mech Assault, which was a Game of the Year, apparently, a platinum hit. You're fine, Crystal. It looks... I have not. I have not Scarmander. That sounds amazing. Look at this. It was apparently Game of the Year, for some definition of Game of the Year, 1 year, probably in like 2002, it says. 2002. It says... Cinescape Magazine 2002, GameSpot 2002. Yeah, Game of the Year, January 2002. Exactly. Just the 1 month. Okay, this game I actually know. Munch's Odyssey, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. This I do know is a good game. And it's a very only exists on Xbox kind of game. And like, look at this is an actual like good cover. I kind of like this cover a lot. It's got character. It looks like a Mountain Dew can. This is a good game cover, and it's a good game. They just remade this game for I think for both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series or whatever. The new Xbox. They just remade this game for the new generation like last year. This is a good game. There's a couple of reasons why I picked this up. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh game. Again, I kind of have a thing for the anime games. But check out that sticker on it. Trade in your old video games and save. EB Games. Like, that brings back memories, man. Aside from the stickers all over it, like, I just... But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny. It's got... I don't know if it's any good, but... I kind of had to pick it up from just the stickers. There was one that I wanted, but didn't pick up, because the game itself was, like, all grimy and, like... Finger grossness, and the cover had like a big chunk out of it, but I would have picked it up if it wasn't like that, because it was like purchased from the Microsoft Store, employee number whatever, and I was like, that's cool, that's really cool. But it was like employee number whatever did not take care of their games. So screw them. Big P. But like, when I mean purchase from the Microsoft Store, it like literally meant like purchase from physically within Microsoft's company store on Microsoft's campus. So that was kind of cool. And then... and then there's this Jade Empire limited edition. I don't know anything about Jade Empire limited edition, but what cracked me up, it's not Game of the Year, but it's from the developer of the 2003 Game of the Year. Like, we didn't make the Game of the Year. This isn't the Game of the Year, but this is the developer of the Game of the Year. Hope you're doing well, Big P. So that was that. Those were the Gen 6 games. We did hit all Gen 6 consoles. I thought that was pretty neat. Oh, it's on top of my phone. I was like, why is it wobbly? Okay. So we have PS1, Xbox 360, NES. There's a fat stack of NES, and Wii left. There's a lot of PS1 and a lot of NES, and not as many Wii, and almost no Xbox 360. So, pick your poison, folks. If we end on Xbox 360, it's going to be a disappointment, but... I love those emotes. Oh, just me 88 love. So I'll let you guys pick. Why don't we pick between... Let's pick between Wii and Xbox 360. Oh, probably because 87 other people started with just me. Oh, wow. What are you selling your car? Like, what price, Big P? Because Sushi Cannon needs a car. Okay, see you, Scarmander. Yeah, Ashley, but Big P lives closer to where Sushi's going to be living in the next couple of weeks. Wow, and Nathan's really settled on the word banger today. Oh, Big P, message Sushi_Cannon. Because she needs a car, and you know she's the one whose son recently passed, and she's moving to the Toledo area in like the beginning of October, and that's right in her price range. Sushi_Cannon, Cannon with 2 N's. Well, I mean, and then the N on the end. Yeah, if you can wait until like October 4th or something, I don't know if you can wait that long. Anyway, I'm gonna make an executive decision, and we're gonna do the Xbox 360s. We're gonna get those out of the way, and then we'll move on to the Wii. So I only picked up 2 Xbox 360s, and they're in rough shape. But and I don't know anything about them. But they look interesting. I don't know. This one is called El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron. I picked it up solely because it looked interesting. I don't know. It just looks like some kind of RPG. It looks like an underappreciated RPG, maybe. And then the other one I picked up is Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. And again, this could be really bad or really good or really mediocre. I don't know anything about it. This is definitely more of an Xbox 360 era looking game. It definitely looks like something that's possibly shovelware. But I picked it up, and I thought maybe it would be worth checking out. And I actually do have an Xbox 360. So, Forsaken Kingdom. Did I say Forgotten Kingdom? I don't know. It probably should be forgotten. But so those are 2 games that exist. All right, so I'm gonna get the Wii games. Now, Wii games are kind of like my specialty. I have 270 plus Wii games. This will make like 280. I love collecting for the Wii. It's my favorite. It's my favorite console to collect for. Usually you can't find good games cheap for it though anymore, mostly because people are starting to get onto the idea that the Wii is a good system, like with some hidden gems. And also because the Wii got really popular during COVID, because of like it's like one of those systems to get you like up and moving. But I did pick up a bunch of games, and these ones are probably not like your typically good games, but they're games I'm willing to take a chance on, because this guy had his Wii games priced to move. I think he had them all priced at $4. And at $4, I'm like, okay, that's fine, because a lot of places these days have them like priced at $10 or $15, and I'm like, that is not worth it. So this, I don't know what this is. Chevrolet Camaro Wild Ride. This looks like probably a cheap, crappy racing game. But it may be good. It may not be. It's worth checking out. Same with this, Monster Trucks Mayhem. I believe I have another one of the Monster Trucks games already. And the last time, the other one that I played was kind of fun, because I think you just like smash into each other. So definitely, let's see. Yeah, it's got interactive environments, breakable landscapes, and destructive elements. Yeah, I remembered this being like someone had this on a list. Yeah, so this is kind of cool. Dragon Blade Wrath of Fire. This I don't know anything about. The power of the dragon is in your hand. So I think this is where you are you're like something to do. Yeah, no, this isn't. You harness all the powers of a dragon. So I think you are a person that can turn into a dragon maybe in this one. So this isn't terrible sounding. Like, I mean, for $4, it's not terrible sounding. The Secret Saturdays Beasts of the Fifth Sun. This sounds like some sort of Saturday morning cartoon come to life. This probably was a Saturday morning cartoon that I've never heard of. Fishing Master World Tour. This I think I've heard of. I think this is one of the ones that was what. Okay, so there's a game that I was playing called like Fishing Resort or something, and it was a really fun game, like surprisingly good. And I picked it up like 10 years ago for like $15. And I looked it up now and it's like $80. Again, it's the Wii thing, and it turned out to be a hidden gem. And I think I like looked this up. And like this showed up when I was looking it up, and this is like a game that's gone up like way in price. This is worth way more than $4 also. This is a Hudson Soft game. Hudson is like they created Bomberman. The Hudson Bee is like a name you can usually trust. And it says a fishing safari awaits. Catch fish in their native waters around the world in the first Wii global fishing game. Real life controls, multiplayer battle, deep sea fishing. Yeah, so this is Fishing Master World Tour. I guarantee you this is good. This is good. And then Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. I know I have one Prince of Persia game. So this may be a double pickup, but I know that the Prince of Persia games are not bad. And this was labeled as $4 as well, and I know I can sell this if I already have a copy of this for more than $4. So because this is going for like $10-15 now. But either way, like this is, I don't think this is the Prince of Persia that I have. Let me check, because it may be the one that I have. But if it is, it doesn't matter. And check this out. It contains the 1992 Prince of Persia in it. Like, that's cool. I already had it. That's okay though. Like I said, I can sell this for more than I got it. My copy's actually in better shape than this one. But this was priced at like $4, and I think you can sell this for like $12. Who cares? I do occasionally get double pickups if I can't quite remember what I've got, but typically I'm pretty good at remembering what I've got. All right, so that just leaves PS1 and NES. Does anybody have? And they're both quite extensive. Does anybody have a particular preference between PS1 and NES? Like, does anybody have a preferred console between PlayStation 1 and NES? Not I. There's some neat, nifty things to talk about in both. So I know more about the NES, but there's some really neat things in the PlayStation as well. I can talk your ear off about anything video game related, honestly. And then there's one last thing I want to show after that I picked up today as well when I was selling the books. Ashley, are you out there? NES first then? Okay, we'll do NES. Look at this. Look how many. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 games. I don't know. Okay, so I picked up Caveman Games. I've never heard of it, Cactus. I just picked it up based on the title and the fact that it was $3. But we have Cobra Triangle. Hydalide, which is, you know, one of those games that I had to pick up based off of its reputation. Caveman Games again. This was $3. I don't know what it is. I'm curious. I have to find out what this is. What is this? Tell me about this cactus. And welcome in, by the way. Crystal, can we get a shout out for a cactus? And I'll shout you out as well, Crystal. So what is Caveman Games? A mini games compilation with caveman themes. Ooh. Are they any good? Some did not age that well. Okay. That's fair. Probably not. I would not imagine so. We have Solomon's Key, which is like, you know, was also $3. Oh yeah, I remember Ish talking about that. I remember Ish talking about Caveman Games. This was $3. I know of Solomon's Key. It's like a puzzle game. Monster Party, also $3. Look at the cover. Look at that art. How great is that art? I did not have Simon's Quest. This one was a little more expensive. This was like $10. Yeah, I know Solomon's Key is pretty good. It's a thinker. It makes you think. So Simon's Quest, of course. What a terrible night to have a curse. I don't have any of the original Castlevania games except for obviously Simon's Quest now. So this one, this was also $3, by the way. Short Order and Eggsplode. What is this? You know, I kind of had to get it. Your classic Double Dragon. This was like $15, but sure. Waiting for the sound alert. Where's the sound alert? Oh no, I'm scared. At the sound alert, that didn't happen. Yeah, Double Dragon's not an easy game. Anyway, thank you, Anonymous. I didn't hear it go off. Of course, here's the game based off of every water. Apparently every water level I made is based off of. Yeah, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry, Anonymous. I didn't hear the sound alert go off. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, the cover art is pretty sick. Let's look at sound alerts here. Advanced audio properties. It should be going. I don't know. Original concept with multicolored bandanas, yeah. Isherwood. Okay, Isherwood. Isherwood. Did you see this, Isherwood? Ish. How are you, Ish? I know, right? How are you doing, Ish? How's the move going? You're tired? That's legit. Again, I wouldn't have picked this up except for its reputation by AVGN. Street Fighter 2010. I remember when 2010 happened and like AVGN made a video about how like the year wasn't like how the year is going to be like this, and then it wasn't. And I was like, wow, that's hilarious. And that was like 13 years ago. Okay. This copy of Paperboy has seen better days. It was also $3. And then, just to drive me nuts, this 10-gen copy of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is upside down. But I pick up 10-gen copies of games because they're bootlegs. I do like me a bootleg game. Oh, good. I hope you can get that set up soon. I do miss your streams. I miss your streams a lot. So, yeah, that was the, what? How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Was that 13 NES games? Just a ridiculous number of NES games that I didn't pay too much for overall. Most of these were $3. Hey, Fringe. How are you, my friend? Ashley, welcome back. So, yeah, Caveman game, and then, like, probably I would want to see Hide-A-Lide, because, again, we do have Indiana Jones. And then we have Hide-A-Lide, which uses the same music. So, if you know, you know. Alright. We're saving the last for last. I don't know what to say. It's PlayStation 1. And there's some interesting things in here and some things that I've never heard of, and then I'm gonna save my favorite out of here for last. Let me save my favorite out of here for last. Nice one, Fringe. So most of these PS1 games were like $7. I'm not gonna say that was well priced or not. Some of them were well priced and some of them weren't. It's back! Pong. The next level. Anyway, the less said the better, maybe. I had forgotten it existed until I saw it. It unlocked a core memory for me, and I had to get it. After 20 years, we made it to level 2. I don't know what this is, Monkey Hero, but I like the box art. I did not grow up a PlayStation kid. I like this. This I have heard of. Celebrity Deathmatch. Look at this. This shouldn't be allowed on Twitch. Look at that. That lady's grabbing her tushy. Okay. I had to pick up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I couldn't remember if I had it or not, but I had to pick it up just in case, and I can always resell it. Yeah, Monkey Hero, right? Don't know what that one is. This is Jet Moto. Is this like Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind? Is this like that? Is it the same series? It looked like it might be the same type of game. I don't know. Okay, anyway, I like it. A racing game with hover jet skis, but a great friend. Okay. Anyway, I picked it up because it looked good, and it said greatest hits. This is not going to be good. on PlayStation. But this was a good game on... Oh, there's a kitty. Ooh-woos! How are you? A lot of the Jet Moto games. Okay. Lucy. Oh, is your name Lucy, Ooh-woos? I've heard people call you that. But I don't, like, want to assume. Okay. Lucy. I heard back from the PB was the guy with them for whatever reason. You got it, Aniv. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try and remember that you're Lucy. If I forget, I will just boot me, okay? Just boot me. Okay. Lucy's a great name. Lucy's a fantastic name. I love it. Alright, so anyway. Yes. This game is probably not any good on PlayStation, but it was great on computer. So I picked it up just so I could be disappointed when I finally pop it into my PlayStation one day. You know it's true, Cactus. That's going to be a crappy game. I do have Diablo. Yeah, right? Okay, so then I picked up Bomberman Party Edition. Vibration function compatible. Ooh. Anyway, Bomberman Party Edition. Yeah. Then I also picked up Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. And then this was the only one not priced at $7. This one was priced at $20. Dynasty Warriors. The original Dynasty Warriors. I fell asleep on the path, or it's comparable to Ice Zab Skip. You got it, Anev. Sorry, I'm trying to sell a car here. Multiple people. You're fine, Big P. Oh yeah, it does just hit right. All right, so this is the game. This is the last one, and I don't think it's likely to be a good game, but I had to pick it up because of the cover. I don't know how well it's going to show up. I mean, it shows up. Look at that. It's lenticular. So that... I think so. Yes. Control 5 different characters, including the T-Rex, Raptor, and Compy. Dazzling 3D animation, 31 intense levels. Yeah, it'll be a great experience for the stream. But look at this cover! It's lenticular. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, well, and then I was just like dropping it. No. Anyway, so that was every game that I picked up today. It took an hour to talk about them. Wow. Um, I know some of you came in late. I can go back over anything that you missed if there's anything that you want to see again. I can always reiterate because I got some time. But that was the first pass through. We had Dreamcast, PlayStation, Wii, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, okay. So, again, I'm gonna go like a little bit faster, I guess, if I go over again. I did pick up for Wii, I did pick up this one, which I already had, apparently. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. But, this actually looks really good. It's a Hudson Soft game. And it looks quite good. These were all $4. Whatever this is, I don't know, but it was $4. All these were $4. Which you'd never see Wii games for $4. Yeah, I already had Forgotten Sands, it turned out, but you can I can flip it for more than that. Right. Well, you know, I'm here, Big P. This game looks really fun. It's got destructible environments and stuff. And then just some generic racing game. Dreamcast, we picked up Ready to Rumble Boxing and Quake 3. Ready to Rumble is a classic. The Dreamcast was a phenomenal console. So, Xbox 360, I have no idea what I picked up for Xbox 360. My Gene and the Forsaken Kingdom, I don't know what that is. And El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. I don't know what these are. They looked interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Ooh, Ready to Rumble N64 card. Nice. It's. Are you sure, Aniv? Don't bait me. So, with the Xbox, the original Xbox, we have Jade Empire, which I want to note is not Game of the Year. It's made by the developer of the Game of the Year. Jade Empire was fun. Alright. I'll have to actually get an Xbox. I have an Xbox 360, but I don't have an Xbox. Now I have 10 Xbox games, but I don't have an Xbox. We'll have to do a boxing stream. What I'm gonna have to do is it's gonna take some time. Does it have an empire? Does it have a reputation? I don't know anything about it. I picked it up blindly. I was just like, that looks like a game. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to like literally just get a spreadsheet and start typing games that I have into the spreadsheet. Maybe I can ask for like an iPad for Christmas that has access to Google Docs or something, or for my birthday. That I can just like sit on the iPad and type. Then I picked up Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny, which I really like because of the EB Games stickers on it. Like, that's kind of like nostalgic for me. And Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So, And then we've got Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, which I know is a good game because I've played it. One of the few Xbox games I've played. And then we've got these two games. We've got Mech Assault and Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf, which literally look like every generic Xbox game ever, but one was apparently Game of the Year. For some definition of Game of the Year. Literally looks like the most generic game I've ever seen in my life. It just looks like generic Xbox game number 27. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but it doesn't look like it stands out in any way. But I'm sure it's great. It warranted a sequel and a platinum hits. Those were good games. They're more action-oriented battle type. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, that was Xbox. Here we have PlayStation. We have Dot Hack. Then I don't know how to pronounce the rest of it. It's just a bunch of letters and stuff. But, you know, it's an anime game, and I remember someone saying the Dot Hack games were pretty good. So I got this Dot Hack game. It wasn't MechWarrior that was primary failing. Okay. Then we have Dragon Ball Z Super, which I remember this being a good game. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember this being a good game. Then I got Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 3. 2 was missing. So, okay. For... Right, exactly. Yeah, Dragon Ball games are really... Another cat. Cat. Anyway, Dragon Ball games are usually pretty good. So, then I have 2 GameCube games. And did you see the NES games? Oh, yeah, you saw the NES games. Okay, everybody saw the NES games. So, then I have GameCube, Looney Tunes Back in Action, and Spider-Man. Spooderman. I think that's it. I think that's the fast recap. So, yes, that is the fast recap. And, yes, so, without NES and PS1 included, that is everything. It was quite the pickup. Oh, right, and one more thing. I also picked up this today. The Ultimate History of Video Games, Volume 2. I have Volume 1. I could get up again and show it to you. It's just on the other side of this desk, the little workstation. But basically, Volume 1 goes from the beginning, like the 70s, to 2000 or so, which is when that book was published. This book was published in 2021. So this covers like from the turn of the century to like 2021. So it is very exciting. I can't wait to read this. And it is thick. I remember seeing people when I was in college. Here, I'll just get the other one. This is the original. You can see they're of comparable thicknesses. This one looks a little bit more childish, I guess. But I remember seeing people using this one when I was in college. There was a professor who had a book, had like a popular culture course that I didn't take it. But he had, because I didn't have room in my schedule, but he had this as a textbook. It's very comprehensive. And I feel like this could be used as a textbook as well. It's a nice set. They're good reads. This is well over 1,000 pages of video game history. I read the first one many, many years ago. Probably 20 years ago now. Let me see. Let me look at the publication date. Yeah, copyright 2001. Yeah, I probably read this 20 years ago. And then this one is 2021. So, yeah, it's time for me to reread it anyway. But, yeah. Unfortunately, the foreword of the original one is by Peter Molyneux, which, if you know anything about video games, that's very unfortunate. Yes. Oh, that worked. That worked, Weirdicus. I don't know. I don't know why the other one didn't work. But thank you. My shoulder's sore. Anyway, yes, if it was Valve, there would never be a Volume 3, I think is the joke you're trying to make there, Fringe. Alright. So, yes. You're not enough of a time traveler? Yeah. Well, like I said, if these were being put out by a Valve employee, it would never happen. I highly recommend, by the way, I at least highly recommend Volume 1. I know, 1 second per second. Well, we're actually moving into the future a little bit faster than that because of time dilation. By being close to a large body and also being close to the sun. So, there is that. Or maybe it's slower. I think it's slower. Anyway, we... Thank you. This was handmade for me. Someone made this for me. Yeah. I like it, but it shows a little bit of my midriff, so I don't wear it very often. But yeah, it's really nice. Alright. Love you, Ish. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you, Fringe. Anyway, yes, I recommend... Niv wants to talk afterwards. Ish. Anyway, I definitely recommend both of these books. I haven't read the second one, but I guarantee you it's good. Alright, so... That being said, I'm actually going to raid out, two. I actually am going to raid Starpa. Let's raid Starpa. Starpa's a nice person. Yes, thank you, Crystal. Thank you for getting the raid going. There. And thank you, Cactus. Yes. So the first message works for if you are not subbed, and the second one works if you are subbed. You can pick either. If you are subbed, I don't mind. But the second one only works if you are subbed. Yes, so thank you everyone for coming, and I appreciate that you sat through that. It was kind of just a brag session, honestly, but I enjoyed talking about it. And they'll be inserted into the game room, and then I'll probably make a spreadsheet probably by the end of the year. Not any sooner than that. Oh. Hang on, why isn't it working? Oh, I see why it didn't go. Okay. Alright, we're gonna raid Starpa. He's playing Starfield. He's a friend of the channel. No, it had a slash in it. Like, I just picked up the slash when I copied it. Alright. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Have a great week. I love you all. And have a great evening.